Here I've got a grass called Stipa gigantea. It's actually golden oats. It's the most beautiful plant. In summer it has great big tall graceful stems and it shimmers like a cloud of gold in your border. But this plant has got too big for where I want it to be, and I'd also like to make some more plants from it. And again, when you divide a plant by division, you basically cut up the root. You'll end up exactly the same plant as the parent plant you're going to divide. So it'll have the same flowers, the same leaf shape, the same height and spread potentially, and it's just an easy way to do it. And I'm going to show you how. So if you look around this plant, you want to get your fork into the ground. Now I'd go like that, a good 12 inches around the edge of the plant, and just work your way round. Get your fork in and just lever up the roots underneath. So you work your way round the plant in a circle, and each time you put your fork in, just give it a little rock like that, and very soon you'll feel the plant come away very easily from the earth. I don't know if you can see that now. You can see that's rocking very easily away. Right, so once that's done, and that's really the hardest bit, take a firm grip of the foliage and just pull it gently, and because you cut through all the roots, you'll find it comes very easily out of the hole like that. Right, so if you lay your plant on its side, you can now see what you're going to divide. So this is quite a big clump of grass. So I could probably get 6 clumps out of this. And what you're looking to do is cut it up into sections that each part has healthy roots. Here you can see the white roots, and healthy leaf growth on the top. Now quite often we do division for summering flowering plants in spring and in autumn. Now in spring, the chances are, this is an evergreen plant, but in spring the chances are you're not going to have a lot of leaf growth, which is good because that means the plant doesn't lose water through its leaves. So you just want to check that you've got nice healthy roots, there's no nasty creepy crawlies or anything there, and we've got nice healthy foliage. Now the thing to remember is sometimes you'll divide every 2 or 3 years. In fact, when a plant is too big for its allocated space, or you just want to make new plants to put around other parts of the garden, or you want to give plants to friends, it's a lovely way of giving presents that people love, that are free. I can't really split the roots by hand. The plant is too tough. So don't be too squeamish about it. You're going to have to employ a bit of thuggery here. And don't worry, this is not surgical. This can be a bit rough and ready. I'm going to try and split this in half, this root ball. So get your spade in there. And I want to show you what really happens here, because very rarely do you go straight through first of all. Can you see? My spade's only just made a slit down there, and I've really got to cut all the way through that. Now this is really tough to split. Now you can do 2 things. You could put in 2 forks back to back and press them down and split it that way. Or in this case, because they really are quite densely packed, these roots, I'm just going to try and slice through with my spade. Trying to hit the same point every time, and then just wiggle your spade around. One more. Okay. Have I got through enough? Not quite. And this feels all wrong the first time you do it. You think, oh, plant massacre, I've killed my plant, I've really ruined my plant. But actually, you know, plants are very resilient and this is fine. So there you go. We've now chopped the plant clean into bits. You can see that there. And really now you just have to decide how many plants you want. Now, because I'm replanting them straight into the border, I'm just going to chop that into 2. So I'm going to get 2 out of that and 2 out of that. If you were going to pot them up, which you could also do, and grow them on for a bit, you might decide to make maybe 3 sections out of that. But in fact, 2 sections out of that is more than enough for my purposes. So once again, I'm going to just put my spade right through the middle. So here we go. Take aim and as cleanly as you can, there, straight through the middle. There. Now then, that's what I'm going to be left with. If I can just not stand on the foliage. Now, you can see immediately they look like the plant I've just dug up, albeit smaller versions. And all I need to do is dig that back into the border somewhere I want it. I would cut down the foliage completely. I'd cut this off just while the plant makes new roots and settles into its new home. And come summer, that will look exactly like that plant, albeit not as big. So there you go. Lots of new plants for your garden, exactly the same as the parent plant. Again, costs you absolutely nothing, and it's a doddle. And in this weather, where it's absolutely freezing, it keeps you warm.